I was diagnosed with 4-stage colon cancer 17 months ago and not given very long to live. As a matter of fact, my first doctor said that I would have a nice Thanksgiving but probably wouldn't make it till Christmas. Each time I went in there, she wanted to make sure I had my will ready and I had all this other stuff ready. And when I was first diagnosed with cancer, it didn't bother me very much at all, to tell you the truth, because most things it don't, you know. The only thing I could think of is, okay, so what do we do now? Well, what we do now is have major surgery. And that's fine, went through that. And the lovely thing is, strangely enough, I have never had any pain. I had some pain about half a second when I came out of surgery until somebody clamped something over my face or something, and then that was the end of the pain. But I have not suffered with cancer. I have found that I can live a wonderful life with it. I don't even think about it. If I didn't have to take chemo a few times a month, I wouldn't even know I had cancer, because I still do most of the things I want to do. Having a colon cancer means you have to have a colostomy bag, and that's the only thing wrong with that is it's inconvenient sometimes. That's the only thing I can find wrong with my situation, and even that's not bothersome. You get real used to it, don't think anything of it. But it was everywhere. Kidneys, adrenal glands. I think they took my adrenal glands out, as a matter of fact. The pancreas, and let me think, what else was it? Anyway, it was just all over the place. Even a spot on my lungs. And but they couldn't say that was cancer, because they don't do that without taking a biopsy, and they didn't want to do anything to me. But anyhow, if it's shrinking everywhere, that means this chemo is working. And it's wonderful. I only have to take the pills 2 weeks out of the month. That's pretty strong stuff, but I can get along great with it. And if I didn't, and occasionally with the chemo, I get tired. I rest a little bit more. I'm 77 years old. What's wrong with taking a nap in the afternoon or in the morning if you want to? And then I have infusion once every 3 weeks. So, and then I have a week off. When I first saw your videos, and I saw people on there that said, "Why me?" Well, I know why me. Why me was because I didn't mind what my doctor said. My doctor wanted me to have a colonoscopy. Every time I went in to see her, you should have that. No, I'm not a candidate for cancer. It doesn't run in my family. I never smoke. I don't drink alcohol. Never did. I eat very little red meat. I exercise every day, and I'm not a candidate for cancer. Well, guess what? I was a candidate, and I didn't even know that I had it until it was diagnosed as 4-stage colon cancer, which means it had already spread to major organs. I did not even have a symptom of colon cancer. No bleeding, no diarrhea, no anything, nothing. Except that about 3 months before I was diagnosed, I began to have trouble breathing when I was walking, and I couldn't walk as far. And then I was having trouble walking up a hill. And then finally I was having trouble breathing at night, so I figured, well, it must be my heart. Because I did have the 3 mildly leaking valves, never bothered me. Went into the hospital, well, it was not my heart. And went through the MRI, and they found out that I had cancer and told me that I would be operated on in 2 days. And I was. So that was the beginning of a new life, a new way of living. And the only thing I could think of it, though, was one day at a time. I wanted to get out of the hospital. Now, I was in the hospital and nursing home for almost a month, which I thought was way too long. When I was in the hospital, I can remember thinking, I don't want to call somebody every time I want to go to the bathroom. So I would get out the bed and go anywhere. And of course, all these signs, don't walk alone, call for help, you know. I just was going to do it my way. And I did. And I think that's why I got along so well. I just simply got up and went. And then when I went to the nursing home, it was the same thing. Do this walking, do that walking. You never saw anybody walk so fast and do so good in your life. I wanted out of there. And I did. I got out. I realized I just didn't have the energy to keep house anymore. I'm a perfectionist. I like everything cleaned up. I like beds made. I like everything done, vacuumed off. But I could hardly make my bed. And then I realized I needed to be somewhere else. My belief in God has always been as close to me as anything in my life. I have said my prayers every night. I say them during the day when I want to. And I've learned that every time I say just one little phrase, Lord, I need a little help, I get a lot of help. I'm excited about life. I've lived much longer than anybody thought I would. First, it was Christmas. Well, I lived through Christmas just fine. Then I was told it'd be a miracle if I lived till Easter. Well, I just went through Easter just fine. And then I decided, well, I want to live to see the garden bloom here because we have a courtyard where all the residents plant flowers and vegetables. I know I'm going to make it for quite a while because I just feel too good to die. And my next goal is to live 2 years to see my children graduate from college. In other words, I'm just not planning on dying. I don't think about dying.